Greetings, my name is Hellhound, and welcome to my show. I just want to talk to you guys a little bit about some of my October adventures that I've had so far this month. I know my last video I talked a little bit about what I was going to do, and so I wanted to kind of make a follow-up video letting you all know how some of that stuff went. Well, first of all, probably the coolest thing I said I was going to do was going to this. The four-state slasher convention, which came to a few towns over from the one I live in. It actually came there for a couple days. Me and the lead guitarist of my band, the one I mentioned before, has the tattoos of Jason and Freddy and Michael Leatherface and Hannibal Lecter on his back. We went there to planning on going to it, but then we heard that a lot of people dropped out. I think most of the cast of the Lost Boys and also a few people from Army of Darkness, I think, dropped out. It wasn't like any big names or anything in the first place anyway, but and plus it was like $70, and we just didn't see it as worth it. I mean, yeah, it says Evil Dead 2. If Bruce Campbell had been there, that'd have been different, or like, Robert Englund or somebody, we definitely would have paid to see that, but it wasn't like, it wasn't like any big, huge stars, like, it was just kind of side characters. It was Jonathan Tiersten from Sleepaway Camp, though. That would have been cool. And a few other, people I wouldn't mind meeting and getting pictures with and autographs, but we decided it was just too much. But that night we did go to a haunted house, a local haunted house a few towns over. It's about 45 minutes from here. It's called Darkwood Manor, and it gets better every year. It was incredible. Me and him, the lead guitarist of my band, and another guy we used to work with, and then some chick I never met before all went. And I kept scaring them. I kept, getting ahead. I kept turning around going, oh, and, they fell for it, 5 times. I was like, really, guys? I keep scaring you, or how many times are you going to fall for it? And so, yeah, that was really fun. I also went to a pumpkin patch, which had, a haunted hayride and, a haunted corn maze, which was really freaking cool. It's been a while since I've been there. I used to go there when I was a kid, but this time, they have it all, done up for Halloween. They have an adult part, too. It's mostly a kid's thing, but they have the adult part, which is, the scary version. And so I also did the 3rd annual zombie walk in my town. I did it the last 2 years as well. I lost the zombie costume I used for the first year, but I still wore some face paint, and it was fun. There was 400 people, just those zombies all over my town. It was really awesome. It was even better than the previous 2 years. And right after that, me and my buddy did it, the lead guitarist, so I already mentioned. I play rhythm guitar. He plays lead, by the way, in case you were wondering. We after that, we went to the haunted house here in my town, and that was really well done too. Not quite as good as the one that was as Darkwood Manor, but it was still pretty good. It was at the Little League building here in my town next to the baseball field, and they did a pretty good job with it. There's a part a wheelchair was moving by itself, and a girl coming out of the TV, kind of on the ring. But it was pretty awesome. I also got my costume today. I'm going to be Superman. The first year that I'm going to be something that's not scary. I didn't actually dress up for the last few years, but everybody's dressing up at my workplace, so I figured, I'd do that. It's pretty cool that, to go and do my job and, wear a costume. So I'm going to be Superman. They don't allow masks, so I figured Superman was a good choice since, Superman doesn't have a mask. I'm going to cut all the blonde out of my hair before I do it, though, because come on, a blonde Superman, he's got dark hair for that. I could have been Aquaman, I guess, but that's all right. It's a pretty good costume. I also got this today, Halloween, the unrated producer's cut. I've talked a little bit about this movie before in some of my Halloween reviews, as well as my ranking video. Now, I'm not a huge fan of Halloween, The Curse of Michael Myers, Halloween 6, but, and as for which better version I like better, I don't really know. There's pros and cons of both of them. The theatrical cut has more Myers. The producer's cut has more Dr. Loomis, which is good. But in this one, I really don't like how... and by the way, this is the first time they've officially released it. my old roommate had a bootleg of the producer's cut with really crappy quality and the additional scenes and the alternate ending. And so I have seen it before, of course, but they've never actually officially released it. This is the only Blu-ray I own, along with Friday the 13th 2 and 3 and Spider-Man 3. So my Blu-ray collection is kind of crappy. Nowhere near my DVD collection, which is massive. But yeah, Halloween 6. I don't like how the producer's cut strongly implies, or well, really just flat out says that Michael Myers raped his own niece, Jamie Lloyd, and impregnated her. So I don't like Uncle Daddy Myers. I thought that was terrible and just in poor taste. I also don't like the ending where they defeat him by placing some stones on the floor. That was really stupid. And there's various other things. I don't like how he's mostly under control by the druids and all the cult crap. The Thorn nonsense was really for the birds. They started it in part 5, and they finished up with it in this one, for better and for worse. The theatrical cut has a lot less of the druid stuff, and at the end Michael Myers just says, "Oh, screw it, nobody controls me," and he kills them all. I like that way better, so I almost want to say I like the theatrical cut better. It seems like every horror fan I talk to likes the producer's cut. I don't know, I guess they like Uncle Daddy Myers, and they like him being defeated by stones. I mean, you know, him being beat to death at the end of the theatrical cut and have green slime coming out of his mask was kind of stupid too, but it's better than being defeated by some stones, just freezing in place. I also like how Dr. Loomis, you know, pulled his sleeve down. He had the thorn appearing on his arm, like he's supposed to be Michael's new guardian, or the new cult leader, taking over for Dr. Wynn. It was cool how Michael Myers switched clothes with Dr. Wynn. I think it was actually him that was frozen by the stones. I actually haven't watched this yet. I haven't seen it since, as I said, my old roommate had it, which was years ago. But I do plan on watching it. I'm going to watch them back to back, kind of compare the two. I already watched Halloween 4 and 5. I usually have a Halloween marathon every October. I've seen the first 2 movies so many times that I feel like I just kind of skipped over them. They're my favorite, of course. They're wonderful. The first movie's a masterpiece. I might end up watching it anyway, but I just kind of skipped them and went straight to 4 and 5. And I'm probably going to watch both versions of this movie, which, again, I'm not really a huge fan of, but, you know, I did rank it as the 4th best movie after the first 2 in part 4 in my ranking video. I feel like it's slightly better than Halloween 5. It's not as silly. Halloween 5 had a lot of goofy comic relief in it, and I watched it earlier today. There's too many annoying characters like Tina. There's 2 stupid bumbling cops. I just wanted everybody to die, with the exception of Loomis and Jamie, of course. And Rachel. I didn't really want her to die either, but I feel like part 6 is kind of a step up from part 5, and you know, I need to watch H2O again. I haven't seen it in years. It might actually be better than part 5 and 6, you know. However, 5 and 6 had Dr. Loomis, and I really like Jamie Lloyd, so I don't know. I'll have to really watch H2O again. It's probably the one I've seen the least. Well, aside from Resurrection and Rob Zombie's 2 trailer trash Halloweens, which I have no intention of watching this year. Ugh. But, so many crappy entries in this series, but the first movie is still an atmospherical masterpiece. Just John Carpenter is a genius when he came up with that. I can't stress that enough. I just can't praise that first movie enough. But yeah, on Halloween, you know, I'll be wearing my Superman costume at work, and then, not really many other plans for October this year, but there might actually be another haunted house somewhere around here I wouldn't mind going to, and a ghost tour as well. I wouldn't mind doing that. I've done one before a few years ago, and I really liked it. I'm just obsessed with the supernatural. You guys probably know that if you've been watching my show. Some other good news is my band was offered to play a song for a soundtrack of an upcoming independent movie, a real low budget, kind of local movie they're putting together called Dead-ish. It's going to be like a horror comedy. I think it's going to have zombies in it. The thing is, we don't have a vocalist, and we don't have a drummer either. It's just me, another guitarist, and a bassist. However, we're going to use a drum machine, and it's just going to be an instrumental track, so, we don't need a vocalist for that. There's not going to be any vocals or lyrics. It's just going to be, the music. And I've been using a drum machine We've been just using that so far anyway. We did have a drummer at one point, but it didn't work out, unfortunately. So that'd be pretty cool to have my music in a soundtrack of a movie. I hope it works out. I don't know how legit this movie is. Like, I don't really know much else about it. It was just mentioned to me because me and my lead guitarist, we're planning on getting into the movie business as well. We're trying to start production of our first movie here in a couple of years. We've already been writing scripts, and we went to a meeting with this local studio to see if we can get our film distributed once we get together actors and film it and stuff. Hopefully it'll happen. I mean, I'm not really depending on it. I'm not saying it's definitely I'm gonna make a movie, guys. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying it would be a fun thing to do. It's something I'd like to do. But it's not indefinite. It's not set in stone. My lead guitarist is actually a lot more optimistic about it than I am. But I have faith that it might work out. He's got a lot of ambition, and I trust that. With him, he's gonna be like the director. I'm gonna be the writer. I'm gonna write it and probably act in it as well, if it happens. But if it does, you guys will be the first to know. But yeah. Anyway, that's about it. I did a lot of cool things this October, as I usually do. Another thing I haven't done yet is walk in a really creepy cemetery at night and go into an abandoned building. Now, there's an abandoned hotel over here. It's like on the road to the next town. It's like kind of halfway in between my town and this town. Really creepy abandoned hotel in the woods. Actually, I have a picture of it when it was still up and running, which is cool, before it was all grown up and stuff. I've been there before several times. Me and an old band I was in, I'm not with them anymore, but we all went in the basement, and this door kept opening and closing. Now, we went inside. It was a crawl space. It was a door to a crawl space. And, at first we thought it was something like supernatural. We were all thrilled and just thought it was awesome, especially me, because I don't really get scared that easily. Some of the other guys were kind of freaked out. And so we went inside, and we went through the crawl space. Turned out there was an opening on the other side, like that wall had rotted away. It was like a garage. And I'm guessing the wind probably did it. I'm sure there's a logical explanation. As much as I'd love to say it was ghosts, but it was probably just the wind. But yeah, I needed to do that. I needed to go there. And there's also an abandoned plantation house nearby. Maybe I'll shoot a video of it. I'll kind of film myself going through it and upload it on my channel so you guys can see what I'm talking about. It's really cool. That's pretty much what I've been up to this October. Lots of fun stuff. It's definitely a favorite month, my favorite time of year. We only got, 3 or 4 days until Halloween. What day is it? 3 more days till Halloween. Oh wow, I can't wait. It's gonna be awesome. Me and a bunch of friends are probably gonna go explore some abandoned house, just like I said, but I just gotta coordinate that. I gotta organize it and get it together, because I haven't talked to anybody about it quite yet, but we're gonna do it though. It's gonna be awesome. Yeah, I'll probably pop this in tonight, maybe watch it, then maybe give the theatrical cut a spin. As I said, I don't really know which one I like better. I want to give the edge to theatrical cut because it has less things that kind of annoy me. However, this one, and the theatrical cut I think has better kills too. It's a little more gorier, which is cool. However, this one does have more Dr. Loomis, which is good, and a little more scenes of Michael Myers stalking. He's definitely creepier in this one than he has been in some of the previous entries. Definitely more evil, which is good. Pros and cons of both of them. But maybe after I watch them both back to back, I'll have a better assessment. I'll analyze them, and I'll come up with a more formulated opinion, and I'll let you guys know what I think. And I'm really excited for the upcoming Halloween Returns, which supposedly is going to follow the first 2 movies. It's going to be like a true Halloween 3. Kind of sucks that it ignores part 4, but I'm glad it'll ignore, all the other crap that came after it, especially Rob Zombie's 2 trailer trash movies. If you like those movies, I respect your opinion, but they ruined the character in a lot of ways, so I just can't be supportive of that. But yeah, hopefully it'll be good. I'm sure they'll probably mention that Dr. Loomis died in the explosion at the end of part 2. But, I'd like to see another Dr. Loomis. I'd like to see another actor take up the role. They'll never top Donald Pleasance. And I thought Malcolm McDowell was good. He was probably one of the best parts of Rob Zombie's version. I always thought Brian Cox or maybe Rutger Hauer would be good in the Dr. Loomis role. But we'll see. They probably won't include the character. But hopefully it'll be good. I'm looking forward to that. And hopefully the next Jason film will end up being a sequel to the original series. I want to know what happens after he walks out of the water holding Freddy's severed head. But that probably won't happen. But I can still dream. All right, guys. Well, yeah, that's been that's been my eventful October, and I'll keep you guys posted. I'll let you know if I do any other cool go on any other cool adventures with my lead guitarist and some other horror fan friends, fellow horror fans that happen to be my friends. All right, so until next time, see you guys.